Everybody should have a little sticker like this. Let me tell you.
So that's that one.
No, I don't care about.
What do you mean?
This is Shore. I was talking about the one for.
Okay, well,
the,
hold on.
Yeah.
You just asked me about both, so.
Can I just have this for now?
Yes.
Okay.
Morning, morning.
This will be nice and quick.
No speakers? Nothing's turned in?
No, I don't have anything, so
We just have Rudy.
that's it.
Ready?
There he is.
Good morning and welcome to Lorain County Board of Commissioners, Friday, August 11th, 2023. It's 9:30. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Madam Clerk,
Mr. Moore,
here.
Mr. Riddell,
Here.
Mr. Hung.
Here.
We have a quorum. We have a presentation from Rudolph Briglio on the school bus safety concern.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Rudy.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm Rudy Breglia, and I live in Avon Lake, Ohio, and I want to thank the commissioners for putting this school bus safety concern on the agenda. I'm a citizen advocate for lap shoulder seatbelts in school buses with no commercial interest. I know that we're all on the same page and want the safest form of transportation for our children. I think we all realize that having a seatbelts on in a crash is a very good idea. Lorain County Commissioners have general responsibility for the safety of everyone in Lorain County, including sharing responsibility for the safety of school children with school districts. My purpose today is to have the Commissioners consider issuing a resolution or letter of support indicating that installing seatbelts in school buses helps to protect Lorain County's children. The City Councils of Lorain, Vermillion, Sandusky have recommended that their school districts consider seatbelts in school buses installation pilot programs. And in my handout, I think that's a copy of the second page of their resolution. Now I wanted to just tell you about the significant conclusions that I've come to in the 6 years that I've been working on this issue. Number one, children are routinely killed and injured in school bus crashes and sudden stops in the United States. 5 to 6 children are killed, 17,000 are injured every year. In fact, there was an Idaho school bus crash last Friday that made network news where 7 kids were critically injured. 2, current Ohio school bus safety features are inadequate to protect children fully from injury and death in school bus incidents. 3, compartmentalization or padded seatback theory, the primary basis for school bus safety, routinely fails with serious consequences for children. Seatbacks can actually injure children. In a crash, children hit the seatbacks with their faces at speeds equal to the bus's speed. Imagine how traumatic that is. 4, 1,200 school bus crashes occur every year in Ohio. Any one of these crashes could be fatal to the kids. 5, protection of seatbelts from injury and death in vehicle crashes has been known for more than 55 years. Seatbelts have saved nearly 1 million lives in the U.S. since 1968, when seatbelts were mandated for cars. Ohio school bus drivers have had seatbelts since 1986. 6, seatbelts are needed to enhance the protection of children in school bus crashes. 7, seatbelts improve student behavior, decrease driver-caused crashes, increase safety, and driver retention. 8, strong recommendations from federal agencies, 14 organizations like the Ohio PTA, and state local requirements all substantially support the installation of seatbelts in school buses. And you do have a map, it's page 3 of the handout. 9, substantial evidence exists for seatbelts being considered a standard of care for school bus safety, and delay of seatbelt installation by school districts may be considered negligence. 10, school districts have increased risk of unlimited compensatory damage awards in litigation that follows school bus crashes where seatbelts are not available. Ohio school districts are gambling that, and I never gamble if I can't afford to lose. They gamble that significant crashes will not occur to them. In fact, Avon Lake School District had a school bus crash that produced a student concussion in November of 22. 11, Avon Lake, Hudson, Beechwood school districts in Ohio have purchased new school buses with seatbelts, which indicates that Ohio school districts have recognized the need for action, and that adds to the standard of care status of seatbelts in school buses. 12, Sandusky, Lorain, Vermillion city councils have encouraged their school districts to conduct seatbelt in school buses installation pilot programs, which indicates that local governments have recognized the need for action, and that adds to the standard of care for seatbelts in school buses. 13, seatbelts add approximately 8 to 10% onto the price of a new school bus, which over the lifetime of the bus is 0.5% of the total cost of transporting a student for a year, which is $1,000. It's essentially $5 a student a year to add on the seat belts over the lifetime of the bus. Summary. Lap shoulder seat belts are low cost, proven effective, safety tested, required for some states and school districts, widely recommended, federal and state allowed, and a basic safety tool that resolves the most significant current inadequacies. The seat belts essentially save lives. The installation of seat belts is a substantial, critical, and recognized improvement to school bus safety and really should be a priority for all of us. I look at seat belts the same way you look at fire extinguishers. It's an absolutely needed precaution to avoid catastrophic loss. Now, I think I have a little more time. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Nope. How long have you been fighting this cause?
Well, 6 years. It'll be 7 years in November.
7 years?
I started when there was a crash in Chattanooga, Tennessee. A school bus rolled over, killed 6 students, injured 26, and there was only one person who was uninjured. And you know who that was? Mm-hmm. The school bus driver. And you know why?
He had a seatbelt.
Mm-hmm. So what my goal is to alert the community to this school bus safety concern, and in that way to prompt preventative action. I'm trying to help school districts deal with the issue, overcome any perceived difficulties, and acquire funds for these pilot programs. And private funds are available for this purpose that I know about. I tried through the state, through this last budget process, and it made it to the draft budget, but it disappeared for some reason. But I'm hoping that, that if you folks can come up with a letter of support or a resolution, that will help the matter, give it a little bit more visibility and demonstrate that, it's an important issue to the county.
Okay, yep, any other?
Mr. Bregley, do you
Yes.
do you have a feel for what percentage of the school bus uses for like field trips and so forth, where there'd be obviously more risk than just picking up and delivering students during the day?
Right. The faster the bus is going on a highway, to a sporting event or an event, the higher the risk. And I don't have a feel for the percentage, because I know that 25 million kids are transported every day back and forth to school. I would imagine, we'd be, less than 10% or less than 5% of the time that the children spend on the bus. That would be devoted to, special events, sporting events.
Mr. President. So, Rudy,
Yes.
as you know, parents and families, we all go about our daily lives, and we want to go to work. We want to get the kids to school. We want to take care of our families, get the homework done.
Yes, understand.
Get everybody fed, and a lot of times people don't have time to fight the fight. And on behalf of them, I just want to thank you for devoting the past 7 years to this awareness campaign and fight. So thank you.
Okay. Well, I've in my 40-year career, I've always been very closely associated with safety and safety groups. And when I saw this Chattanooga school bus roll over and kill these 6 kids, you can imagine, a state trooper knocking on your door and telling you your child is not coming home from school because they lack this basic safety tool. Since 1968, they've been in every car. And, without it, the kids just bounce around like ping pong balls in a crash or a sudden stop. I had I think she was 4 at the time, Mia. She was in a school bus, and the driver stopped short, and she hit the seat back, and she showed me the red spot on the top of her head, and it just well, anyway, it's a labor of love, and I certainly don't want these kids to get hurt. It actually works out to about 3 cents a day for having the seatbelts.
Well, thank you for
Well,
keeping up the fight.
Thank you for letting me speak.
Oh, okay, thanks for coming in, sir.
I'll be around in case anyone
Yeah.
wants to speak to me, and
Okay.
I am available if people need a speaker on the issue.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have a website. It's schoolbusseatbeltsafety.com. My email is rudybreglia@gmail.com. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for coming in, sir. Hey, Madam Clerk?
We do not have, number 1, we have no investments. Number 2, appropriations. Oh, I don't have any investments. Well, I guess we do,
Yeah, I thought we did, but,
because there's none in my packet here.
oh, it's about you. Okay.
Did you ever question that was true?
Yeah.
I don't even have those, so.
Well, these are today's investments. We just have one. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Moore.
Aye.
Mr. Hung.
Yes.
Mr. Riddell.
Aye.
Number 2, appropriations.
These are today's appropriations. I move to approve.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 3, transfers.
These are today's transfers. I move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 4, advances and repayments.
I move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 5, requisitions.
This is page 1 of 2 for requisitions. No discussions. We'll go to page 2 of 2. And I move to approve pages 1 and 2 of the requisitions.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 6, travel.
These are today's travel. We just have one page. I move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 7, bills.
We have 4 pages of bills today. This is page 1. Please turn to page 2. And as you can tell, it's hard to read. We've reviewed it. Page 3, please. And page 4. I move to approve pages 1 through 4 of the bills.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
8, commissioners may recess an executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of public employee or official.
Move to approve the personnel summary sheet.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
I don't have any forms for public comments on agenda items, okay? Is there any old business?
No.
E, board business. 9, approve and waive the reading of the county commissioners meeting minutes of July 28, 2023.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Job and Family Services, 10, amend Resolution 22-639 adopted September 14th of 2022, authorizing a purchase service agreement between JFS and Children and Family Council Elyria in the amount of $118,914.55 for case management and mentoring services and using temporary assistance to needy families for the federal year 2023. Said amendments to reflect the value of contract will be increased by $100,000 for a new total of $218,914.55 to cover costs for the final months of the contract ending September 30th of 2023, and this will be paid from the TANF account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
11, amend Resolution 22-586 adopted August 16th of 2022, authorizing purchase service agreement between JFS and Educational Service Center of Lorain County, Elyria, in the amount of $240,000 for social workers at Lorain County Schools for services to low-income Lorain County children using temporary assistance to needy families funds. Said amendment is to reflect the value of the contract will increase by $45,000 for a new total contract of $285,000 to cover the cost of final months of the contract with a new end date of September 30th, 2023, and this will be paid from the TANF account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
12, adopt statement of policies for the prevention, retention, and contingency program for JFS effective October 1st of 2023 through September 30th of 2025 in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 5108, and will be paid from the TANF account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Airport 13, accept a grant offer, enter an agreement with Federal Aviation Administration to reconstruct segmented circle construction at the airport. Maximum obligation of the United States payable under this offer is $56,814. Total cost of project is $63,127.20, with federal share being 90%, state share 5%, which is $3,156.60, same as local share at $3,156.60, and this will be paid from Fund 7300 Airport.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes, we were fortunate this week to have Mr. Armbruster lead us with a meeting. We invited a lot of people in regards to the state, the federal, and we had the regional FAA director come visit us. And they did a tour of our airport. So it was nice. We are getting a lot of money, especially the $4.5 million we got that we're fixing up the airport. So it was great to show off Lorain County last week, or this week, I should say. So good job, guys.
Anything further? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Engineer, approve and authorize county engineer to enter in consulting service agreement with K. McCartney and Associates in the amount of, this should be $64,586 for construction administration and testing services in calendar year '23 for the project in Henrietta Township. Project consists of 2 phases, Phase 1 being the repair of the slide in calendar year 2023, and Phase 2 being the replacement of the Gore Orphanage Road Bridge number 1535 in calendar year '24, and will be paid from the engineer project account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
15, approve and authorize engineer to enter in consulting services agreement with American Structure Point, Inc. in the amount of $50,000 for the completion of the preliminary engineering associated with the proposed roundabout at Auburn, Elyria, and LaGrange Roads in Carlisle Township, and this will be paid from the engineer project account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes. Mr. President, Bob Clymer's here. Bob, could you give us a little information on this and a little bit of history? Have we used Structure Point before?
Yeah, they're probably the most noted consultant to use for designing roundabouts. I think in North Ridge,
Yep.
you used them as well.
Okay.
Yeah, they're nationally known. They're the go-to company for roundabouts.
All
This is a
right.
proposed roundabout. We did apply for funding a few years ago for this LaGrange over Elyria Road intersection. There's a Circle K there, if you're familiar with it. The plan would be to convert that intersection into a modern roundabout.
All righty. Well, thank you.
Anything further? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
16, reject the expedited one annexation request of Robert D. Yost, agent Tillin Limited for Carlisle Township, City of Elyria, due to incorrect legal descriptions.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Prosecutor 17, retain legal counsel with law firm Randall B. Shore relating to mental health, addiction, and recovery services of Lorain County, Ohio.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes. Dan, do you want to comment on this?
Sure.
Why is this even before us?
Okay, well,
That's my question to you. Okay? If you can say it appropriately.
because of people like Mr. Armbruster who put it in the revised code to be this way, but.
Oh, we blame it on this.
Effectively,
Okay, I'll blame it on
Mr.
Columbus.
Mr. Shore is a real estate specialist. We do not, in my office, do enough real estate work to have a real estate specialist in-house. This retention is about reexamining the agreements that are put together for the crisis center that the Mars Board is building. And Lee Prue, who you all know from my office, was very instrumental in putting them together and has done a great job. But the Mars Board, and I agree, would like a real estate specialist to look at the agreements because it's a 10-figure transaction. It's going to be a very complicated transaction, and Shore's got a good reputation for a dirt lawyer, and he's going to do it. And so the process is, and we'll see this in the next one, the revised code requires when my office either needs specialized assistance or there's an actual potential conflict, that there's a joint motion made by my office and the board to the administrative judge to hire outside counsel, and that's what we're doing here.
Do you represent the Mars Board?
I do.
Okay.
It's a gray area in the, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, no, my thought is just to clarify, you mean he's a good real estate attorney, not a dirt lawyer? I
Well,
think.
those of us who are not real estate attorneys call them dirt lawyers.
I know you do, but I thought just to give Mr. Shore a little.
No, he's got a good reputation. He does only that. He does this kind of work, and we need good eyes on this to make sure that the contracts are done right. And we
But my
proceed.
understanding, I thought the Mars Board was standalone and they could have done this without our approval.
I think this is one of those things where I'm doing a belt and suspenders approach. Okay, the statute is not terribly clear. because the Mars Board is neither fish nor fowl nor good red herring as to whether it's a commissioner's entity or a totally independent entity. I do represent them. Certainly the director of the Mars Board is a county official, so there's at least an argument that he's required to fall within the statute. I think the auditor would feel more comfortable if we followed this procedure. I don't. It's another 2 pieces of paper, 3 pieces of paper that my office has to file in another vote. So maybe I'm being overly cautious, but
Okay,
I just think it's safer.
thank you.
Yep.
Anything further?
Nope.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 18, would you like to read the resolution for us?
The whole resolution?
Well,
Okay.
better than like 8 words.
Okay, the 18 is similar in that this is a decision, well, this is another motion before the board to seek an application to retain legal counsel, in this case Dooley Gambala and Ulmer and Byrne, both firms that we've worked with before. And this is in a newly filed lawsuit, 123 CV 01507, which was filed in federal court recently. There was a predecessor suit. Both of the firms were involved in the predecessor suit. The reason here for the retention is slightly different than for Mr. Shore's retention, in that there is both the need for specialized counsel because of effectively the size of my office and our ability to staff significant litigation, and also there is at least the potential for a conflict in this lawsuit with my office and representation we've had in the past. So we felt it was prudent to seek the involvement of the court and engage the involvement of the court and retain outside counsel. So the motion would be to authorize the board to take all necessary steps to retain legal counsel, being the law firms of Dooley, Gambala, McLaughlin, Pecora Company, LPA, and Ulmer and Byrne, for representation in a matter filed in the United States District Court, Northern District of Ohio, case number 123 CV 01507 JG. Is that helpful?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Abstain.
TB Clinic number 19, enter into subrecipient agreement with the Ohio Department of Health in the amount of $16,653.97 for United for Ukraine supplement tuberculosis funding for outpatient services.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Public comment? I don't have
None.
any forms.
County Administrator. You have a report?
You go ahead.
Thank you.
We do.
Okay.
Thank you. Commissioners, if you recall, Monday I gave a presentation, Tuesday I gave a presentation on the strategic plan initiative that you approved and authorized in a resolution prior to that regarding the retention of a local partner to assist Future IQ in their execution of the strategic plan. So I'm happy to report that we have identified and have a contract pending in legal, for legal review with the Community Foundation to be that local partner with us. So we hope to have, by the next meeting on the 22nd, a contract for you to review with the Community Foundation to provide those local partner resources. So I just want to give you an update on that, on the status of that project.
On this coming Monday at 8 o'clock, there'll be a pre-bid meeting, as I mentioned on Tuesday, with regards to the wireless communication system that MCM put the proposals on. All the bidders are, hopefully will attend, and we'll spend the day, both Monday and Tuesday, visiting sites. With going from the county will be Jeff Young and Dan Gross to visit the sites with the bidders and MCM. On August 30th, the date is fixed. We'll have the 6119 meeting of all the facility planning areas of the the county of Lorain. And the EPA is putting on a presentation as to how good and how they are looking forward to trying to get this accomplished in Lorain County to possibly take some of our have less source points into Lake Erie than what we have now from a wastewater treatment plant. And then this coming week, on the 17th, I believe it's the Land Bank meets. And again, we're going to ask the Land Bank for help in tearing down or demolishing the 216 3rd Street, the gas building, stepping stone, which has been there for an eyesore in the county's eyes since probably before the jail actually was built. I don't know how many years ago, but see if we can't get that building down. And then have a discussion with regards to the Golden Acres and the transfer of that property from either to the land bank or to the Port Authority for sale, and using those proceeds in another way, at least starting the discussion with regards to that. Karen, I think you've got some things too.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
I just have one quick thing for you. I've been working the last few days this week on, with the architect on finalizing the specifications and drawings for the proposed addition to the Emergency Management Agency. So we will be going out to bid for that project. It will be prevailing wage. The estimated cost is over $1.1 million. It's to update basically the building, so we're going to get rid of the 2 generators that are out there now, replace it with 1 generator. We'll be doing some LED lighting. We'll be adding on a additional garage bay. We'll be increasing the height of the door openings for the emergency vehicles that need to come in and out. We've got some parking lot work involved, some fire suppression work. So I'm pretty excited. It's been a long time coming. So we hope to be out to bid by the end of August, with bids being accepted mid-September.
Okay, thank you. Clerk's report.
I do not have anything. Board correspondence?
Move to waive the reading of the board correspondence. Quiet. Well, I got 2. I could make her read it.
Second?
Any further discussion? Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Hahn?
Yes.
Mr. Riddell?
Aye.
New business?
Nope. Okay, we're adjourned. Well, that's not bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you-
One more. I didn't turn that one over.
See the minutes either.
That LETC is.
You guys signed them last week. I just forgot to put that on the agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I know I had 5. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Hang on.
How many deputies does it take to come to a meeting and sit there? I wonder what that cost us, you know? How much it costs us to have deputies and the sheriff show up.
Hold up, I don't know.
Yeah, I think, who knows? He comes, he doesn't say anything.
You want Victor to turn this off, right?
You gotta sign all these. Okay, I guess the frivolous lawsuit guys are here too today, so it's just a fun in the sun. Okay, Victor, we're done.
Just